Hey troopers, Will and Chloe here, and this is the 5 Com Chat.
What's happening, guys? There's a little something in the background.
We may have bought something.
Which you guys know that we have bought something.
Yes.
This is now the reason this is the background today is because currently a couple of feet over there
We are
is
building.
in construction.
So for you guys that are listening rather than watching, we have purchased the Lego.
Which
Venator?
Lego? Which Lego?
The Venator Class Republic Attack Cruiser.
Also,
I just know it as the Venator, so I'm like, we have to get the technical name.
Yes, the UCS set.
Yeah, this is the UCS one. It has 5,700.
5,374 pieces.
Very big set.
So good.
But definitely very fun to build. We've been building it for a few days now, so.
Yeah, I think we're on like bag. As of this recording, I think we're about to do bag 34 out of 48.
Wow.
Quite a
Once
bit.
it's done, guys, we will show you.
Yes, the only reason that you're not seeing it now is because it's like I'm genuinely scared.
It's in a very delicate state at the moment.
It's a delicate state no matter what state it
Yeah.
is. I don't want to touch it because I don't want it to break. I'm very like, even moving it, like I'm sweating. I get hot. But it's coming along. It's looking very good. Maybe I'll put a picture up on our socials later.
Yeah, we'll
So
definitely
you
show
guys can have a little look, see how we're coming along. But it's coming along very well.
Yeah.
What's that little thing beside it? I think this is something we got
So
today.
we got this one today.
Do you want me to hold it?
You can hold it if you like. So this one is the BD1 Lego set, which has been out for a while, but brings us on to today's news. So basically there's lots of sales on Lego at the moment. So if you're in the UK, we have a store called Argos, and they have quite a few sets on sale. So this is where we got this set.
Yeah, so the BD1 set is normally £90.
Yeah, and it was like
62.
67 something.
62.70.
Yeah.
And then obviously using discount vouchers as well that we got.
So we got it at a good price.
What was it? We paid like £16 each.
So good. But yeah, there's many other sets that Argos have on offer if any of you listeners like it.
Yoda's Starfighter was one.
Yeah,
that was down to £19.
Also, we've got double points on Lego.com at the minute, and then there's like Amazon Prime days as well and stuff. So
I think
probably
that's
going to be.
No, I think that's done.
Is
I
that
think
done
it was
already?
10th to the 11th.
Okay. So maybe we missed that one. But yeah, so we thought we'd at least get one Lego set while these offers are on. But also we have the Lego Venta, which came with some like free with purchase. Like we showed last time, the patches. And there was some other stuff as well. So yeah, and also on Lego you get your VIP points, so that's good.
Well, actually,
anyway,
quickly,
this is not an advert.
I know it is, but
it's sounding like a Lego advert now.
But we do talk about Lego.
Yeah, it is very fun to build, and you know, I think a lot of Star Wars fans do like to build the Lego sets just so you can have like a little miniature kind of ship, or you know, they do like the R2D2s and stuff,
or in
BD1.
or in the UCS set, a massive ship.
Yep,
because it is huge.
Yeah,
like
this one is very big.
I like holding it.
We probably couldn't fit it in frame right now. It's so big.
Yeah, I don't want to because
we don't want to risk it breaking and then us not knowing how to fix it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think there is any other news.
There is actually.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rumored. Now it's not confirmed, but a lot of these when there's a leak or when there's like a rumored Lego set happening, it tends to be quite accurate, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like some of the ones they make are a little bit like you can sort of tell that it's a bit fake.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that these rumors are like the traction is running, everyone is reposting these. There is a lot of sort of, so we say, good leak information. People like saying these are coming next year,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really good. So basically, Lego have stopped the helmet collection,
Mm-hmm.
and they're favouring more of the sort of smaller diorama sort of set sizes.
Yep.
So next year as well is also 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. 25 years.
So what they're doing is they're doing what they did with the last anniversary, which was the 20th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is they brought out a couple of figures in sets that they have no relation to, but they're like special anniversary figures.
Yeah.
And these two that are supposedly coming next year are very exciting. So there's a mini R2D2 like the BD1 sort of size,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like R2D2, and with that one is Darth Malik
From the Old Republic.
the one, like the Revans.
Isn't it from the second Old Republic game?
Well, he was the one.
Or
He
was he
was
in the
the
first?
one with Revan.
Ah, okay.
It's like when you've
Yeah.
got Revan, you got Malik
Darth
with it.
Malik.
So
And
that's
there's already
really
a
cool.
Revan minifig, so
I know, but
Yeah.
it's too much money.
I know,
I've
it's too
looked.
expensive.
I need a Revan.
Well, maybe they'll do a Darth Revan again sometime.
Yes.
I mean, they redid the Rex with this one, so and we have looked in the bag,
I know
which
it
has
is.
the Rex, and he looks so cute.
He is.
So-
They have done this on purpose though, but he is in like the last bag.
Yeah.
So it's not like I could open bag one and be like, oh look, I got a little Rex. I have to wait until I have completed this whole set to be
And then you
like
get the
my
minifig.
reward is little Rex.
Yeah.
So hopefully
But also,
sometime.
we're getting another set
Yes.
next year as well.
Yes. So in the New Hope hallway scene, so sort of the stormtroopers coming through the doors with the rebels, and Vader's there as well. The other fig
That will
is-
be for the 25th anniversary as well.
Fives,
Ah!
Arc Trooper Fives.
Which will go with the Rex.
God.
So next year, is it next year?
Yeah.
They're being, so we're going to get an R2D2 with the Darth Malik and episode 4 hallway scene with fives.
Now, also want to point it out that apparently these minifigs, unlike last anniversary,
Mhm.
they on the back they had a massive like
25.
20 year 20th anniversary on the
Mm.
back of the figure.
But they weren't
That's
on-
not going to be the case
They
on
weren't
these
on
ones.
there 25.
But these sets are also coming with a little like 25th anniversary little plaque,
Ah, okay.
little brick.
That cute.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So anniversary brick. So that'll come with the sets. Other sets as well that have been basically confirmed. The Invisible Hand.
Mm-hmm.
So the ship that one of these boys in Revenge of the Sith goes up against,
Mhm.
you know, the one that General Grievous is on. We're getting like a small version of that. I think is about like 50
I wonder
odd
if we'll
quid.
get some beefy clankers with it.
Maybe. I don't actually know the figures with that one. But
Maybe beefy clankers.
so yeah, so we're getting one of those, which I actually quite want because I think it's quite a cool looking ship.
Mhm.
Tantive 4,
Mhm.
again, sort of smaller version, and a smaller Millennium Falcon as well.
Mhm.
So, you know, some cool sets.
Yeah.
But the ones that I'm really excited for is getting a fives. I've already said to you, like, we're buying that hallway scene because
I mean,
want fives.
it's an iconic scene, isn't it, as well? So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we don't actually have any of the sort of
it does
scenes,
seem, it
but-
seems like very strange to have that scene with just random fives because he's nothing to do with it.
But then it's like, why is Malik with an R2D2
Yeah.
buildable thing?
yeah,
but
it
then
makes
again-
no sense. But
Like last
We want the
one, I
minifigs.
think it was they put
'cause they're really cool.
Lando in a
Yeah.
completely random
Oh.
set, but it's because of these anniversary,
Yeah,
sets.
it's always cool.
Also, there was another leak that I showed you, and I
Mhm.
really hope it's true. I don't know what set it's going to be in, but there was a leak, and it was quite detailed, and you can clearly see as well that it is like it is a genuine picture that
Mhm.
Wolf,
Mm.
Commander Wolf, as a Lego fig.
So then you'll have Rex, you have
I'll have
Vaughn.
Rex, Vaughn,
Fox.
Cody. Hang on, Rex, Vaughn, Cody, Fox, and Wolf. That'll be cool. I will literally have like a little collection
Little
of the
row.
commandos, like the
Yeah.
commanders. Like that's so cool, though, isn't it?
Very cool.
So I hope as
Very,
well
very
we get that figure because I actually don't have 104th Trooper right now.
Mhm.
That's the only Legion I need. I have everyone else.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Can I just tell a really funny story?
Yes,
Because I think I think everyone will find this funny. So, I've recently been playing a bit of Fallen Order on my laptop, and the other week I got to the Order 66 scene, and then like literally a second after, my laptop crashed. And it made me laugh because obviously Order 66 is very like
traumatic.
yeah, traumatic, and my laptop couldn't even withstand it. But luckily it was fine. I didn't have to live through the Order 66 scene again because it had all saved. And I was like, thank God I didn't have to go through that. And my laptop's fine. But I just thought it was really funny how it was like
That's quite
perfect timing. My laptop's never done that before. But it was just the timing of it. It was funny.
That is quite funny.
Yeah. Anyway.
One more little personal little news thing. Next week's episode, we might be. Well, we're going to have a very different background because we are going away for a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're still going to do an episode next week, hopefully, if we can. But
yeah,
we will try. But it's going to be a very different thing. We're going to be sort of up in the mountain, so the quality as well might not be as good. But still, we're going to try.
We'll try.
So yeah, so it'll be good. Shall we go on to today's episode?
Yeah. So
Okay.
today's episode is going to be all about mistakes in Star Wars.
Yep.
And some of them you might have noticed before. Some of them you might not have. You might not know any. But this is just a little funny episode.
And there's also one that I've noticed that I pointed out to you that I haven't seen in any other breakdown videos. But it's very obvious. It's not like a simple one. Like, do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where it's like, wait a minute. That's that. So we're going to do it in film order. So we're going to go from like Phantom Menace down. Disclaimer, by the way.
We're not taking the mick out of Star Wars.
We are doing a different topic. You guys have heard us ramble on about Ahsoka for the last couple of weeks, which, by the way, great series. I hope we get
Amazing
season 2, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Also got, like, we've been talking about planets, characters, games, books, everything.
Yeah.
So why not talk about little mistakes that you see in films? Because there's ones that we're
not
know.
like, taking the mick out of Star Wars or anything. We're just discussing some funny things that they missed in the editing room. And it's certain things that doesn't take you away from the movie, but it's just something funny that you notice.
Yeah, and then sometimes you might look at next time you watch the film, you might be like, oh, okay, I remember that.
It's just funny little things.
Shall we start with episode 1?
Let's start.
Let's go. So, again, I'm not going to do these like in order in what they appear in the film. I'm just going to do them from the film. So, in the scene where Shmi is sort of hosting Qui-Gon, Padme, Jar Jar for like food and that, there's a bit where Shmi fills up like the drinks, but there's a bit where she sort of pours like a glass for Jar Jar, but no water actually comes out. So you just see her in midair, like pouring into nothing. I thought that was quite a funny one. That was quite good. What do you think about that one? Is it one that you would notice or not?
I think a lot of them are very like minuscule. Like, I mean, obviously Jar Jar a lot of his stuff was like CGI, so I don't know if the cup was CGI.
No, the cup was
it
real.
was definitely real.
Because it was on the table.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of a mistake. Like,
I think it's
as long
just
as she's there, kind of imitating pouring it, it's fine. I think they also added the sound effect in after, so like it sounds like she's pouring, but you don't actually see anything come in the glass.
invisible water.
Yeah.
So when Kenobi uses the Force to get Qui-Gon's lightsaber, he flips over Maul and he catches it in his left hand. But then when he's landed and swipes, it's in his right. He swipes him with his right, and it's in his right hand.
Yeah.
So again, what you'll find is a lot of these mistakes are just shots and bits that are like flipped, which then just some look a little bit weird in some aspects. But then there's a bit with Darth Maul. Force pushes Kenobi when he actually falls down the and holds on for dear life. He in the close-up shot, he pushes him with his right hand, but then in the wide shot, he's doing it with his left because he's got his lightsaber in his right hand.
Ah, okay.
So again, just a little thing. Here's one that is a little bit like blink and you'll sort of miss it, but it's quite. Kenobi's Padawan braid switches sides in the film.
Okay.
So there'll be scenes where you see him and it's on his right hand side. Oh, I'm getting confused myself. No, left and right. On his right hand side, and then like a couple of scenes later, like on his left.
Yeah. They stuck it on wrong that day.
Any there that you want to read out?
Kenobi's hair goes from wet to dry to wet again. So this is after they go in the Naboo lake where like all the Gungans are.
No, it's before.
Or is it before?
It's just before. So when they're there, and Kenobi's like, if they find us, they will blast us into his movie. He's got like wet hair. Then he's got dry hair. And then when he's going into the lake again, it's wetter again.
Yeah. Yep. The hose R2-D2 plugs in to save the ship disappears next shot. I don't know what that one is.
You don't know that one?
No.
So you know on The Phantom Menace when all the astromechs go up onto the Naboo ship to fix it and get the shield generator going?
Yeah.
There's a bit where R2 plugs in like a cable and he like plugs it into the thing. And then in the next shot, the cable's completely gone.
Okay.
So the thing that he used to save the ship is no longer there.
Wow, he saved the day.
He saved the day. This one's a bit of a weird one. So a girl appears behind Anakin in the sort of like peachy dress. And then it shows some of the celebrations in Feed. Yeah. And she's in the celebrations. And then she's then back behind
Anakin. She's like
Anakin
cheering
again.
with all the kids. Woo!
Yeah, she's like, and then a bit of confetti.
She's back with Anakin.
Yeah, like behind him, like looking quite serious. And it's like, wait a minute.
That's that girl.
Where did she come from? This was quite a funny one as well. I do feel a little bit bad for her for this one. They misspelled Keira Knightley in the credits. So they misspelled Kira. Now, as someone who has a family member called Kira, I definitely know the spelling. So it's one of those, and it's quite funny because it's like, so.
I think they spelt it like I before E, don't they?
Yeah. So hers is Keira. They spell it Kiei.
Oh dear.
That is quite funny though. Like, could you imagine at the premiere, like you're sat there and you're watching, you're like, oh my god, where's my name in the credits? Name comes up. They've misspelled Chloe.
Oh no. Oh, honestly, it's so common, guys.
You can't really misspell Will, so.
True. It's too short.
It is.
My name gets misspelled quite a lot.
Chloe.
CHOLE. Yep.
But yeah, no, I think it's a bit funny, but then again, it's also like this was one of her first films, I think. Like, not the first, but one of them.
Yeah.
You know, and so she's watching this mega blockbuster film, and it's just like
Star Wars coming back, and then
you just sat there in the crowd like, you spelled my name wrong.
oh no.
You spelled my name wrong. That's pretty much it for
Episode 1.
episode 1. There was one that I didn't add, but it was very blink and you'll miss it. But it's like when Maul is teasing Kenobi with the
he's
lightsaber,
kinda
and he's like swiping at the floor.
Mm.
It's not in sync, and like sparks are coming off from areas that you can like clearly see.
But he's
not
touched.
hitting.
Yeah.
But again, it's very blink and you miss it. Like I didn't even see that one until the footage was like properly slowed down. It was like, okay. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed in that one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, sadly for you in this one, there was a couple of Padme mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to leave the Padme ones to last because you can talk about Padme.
Okay.
But yeah, sadly, she's not excused from the odd mistake.
No.
Most notable, I'd probably say in this one, Ki-Adi-Mundi lightsaber change.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen this one, you must be blind or oblivious.
I mean, I never saw it until today.
Neither did I. So I'm blind as well.
True.
But yeah, so it goes from blue to green to
it's
blue.
in the Battle of Geonosis, and there's plenty of lightsabers around, so it's quite easy to like lose track of who's got what color lightsaber. And also, like, one of them could like lose their lightsaber and then just pick up a random one. Like they were chucking like a green one at Anakin, and a blue one for Kenobi, and all.
But no, it's weird because it's like you see him at the start and he's got the blue, then he's behind Padme in the sort of circle, going towards the ship, and it's like it's green.
And then when he's in the ship, then it's blue again.
It's like, I didn't realise lightsabers could change colours like that in like the Star Wars universe.
It's one of those ones that you can buy that you can
I've got.
Set whatever colour you want.
Changes colour to whatever you want.
So nah, I fancy the blue.
Now, another one I didn't mention in this one, but it is it's like an audible sound. But it's not really like a mistake, this one.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like, why did they add the emphasis on the noise? So when Django gets back onto Slave One, he bumps his head on the door, and there's an audible like ting from where he's like hit it, which a bit like
maybe just in case anyone noticed the bump.
Well, yeah, it was one of those. It was like, but it's like the bump on the like ting noise.
Little ting.
Draws you to the fact that he's hit his head.
Yeah.
So there's that one. Sticking with Django in the fight with Obi-Wan on Kamino, the rangefinder switches sides.
Oh yeah.
Again, there's so many of these different clips, basically.
Mm-hmm. Where they
flip it, like.
But then everything's on the wrong side.
Yeah, but so the antenna. So there was that one, the rangefinder.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit in the Geonosian catacombs bit.
Mm-hmm.
Where Anakin originally stops Padme from walking with like his right hand, and then literally the next shot he's like, "Well," so it's like swapped hands. On the yellow speeder that Anakin picks up, it has like two antennas at the back.
Mm-hmm.
When Kenobi lands on it and gets in, they're gone.
Oh.
So,
probably because he didn't want to poke Kenobi.
Yeah.
It's probably more a health and safety issue.
Well, yeah, but it's still like, where'd they go? Following his master's footsteps, Anakin's Padawan braid changes sides in the club. So 1 minute it's this side, the next it's that one, and then it's back on this side. It's like,
Yep.
make up your mind. So that's quite funny.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the Padme,
Mhm.
the Padme mistakes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you're the Padme expert here. You're the show's Padme, so you get to talk about the Padme mistakes.
Okay.
So obviously the bottom one was
So, sort of towards the end when they get like the distress call from Kenobi. So, on her ship, she's got a bunch of buttons, and she pushes this one particular button, and what is it? Is it to transfer Kenobi's
it's like
information to the Jedi?
she presses the button, and Kenobi's message then goes to the council
Yeah.
and the chamber, like Senate.
And then sort of later on, they're like, "Oh, we should go to Geonosis," and then she pushes the same button, and then it comes up with like, "Oh, Geonosis here," and then they go to Geonosis. But it's just funny how she presses the same button.
Clearly, she only needs one button in her
One
life.
button.
This one's a bit of a she should have known what she's doing here. Come on.
So it's like the scene in the bedroom.
Not that scene.
No. There's a scene where like her and Anakin talking, and she's like packing her bags for Naboo, and like she gets out like a pink dress, and then is like walking to the bed to like put her dress in her suitcase, and then when it cuts, she's putting the dress in the suitcase as a blue dress, not a pink one.
You would have thought it's like, how can you change that much? She's literally holding it. So they basically had her
They
holding
probably
it.
had lunch and
like,
then came
cut.
back and was like, "Oh, let's get dressed from the wardrobe," and then it was a different color dress. Maybe
know.
there was many takes, and
Yeah, but still, it's
I
like,
don't
how do you go from like pink to blue? It's like it's not even close.
I don't know. I mean, I never noticed it before today, so
I know, but it's like,
It's
but now
not
you've
that
seen it,
obvious,
you're
it's-
gonna
yeah.
notice it.
it's yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
Da-da-da.
There wasn't actually too many for this one, but the funny
No.
thing is, like 3 out of the 4 that I've got here involve Anakin's lightsaber. Coincidence? So go for the most obvious one. Anakin and Obi-Wan. There's a scene when they're fighting on Mustafar, and Anakin basically pulls Kenobi's lightsaber down to almost like decapitate him with his own lightsaber. But then in the next shot, it's Anakin's lightsaber that's coming down. And then I think in the next shot after that, it's back to Kenobi. So it's like, hang on a minute.
Just keep switching lightsabers.
Switching lightsabers with that one. We have Palpatine battles Mace Windu with Anakin's lightsaber in some shots. Now, there is a reason for this one. So it is a mistake because it's still in there, and it's like weird seeing Palpatine like use Anakin's hilt. But the reason that it's in there is because the original shot, like scene and shot, was Anakin was gonna, Palpatine was gonna have Anakin's lightsaber, and he had basically turned it like red, like he'd kept hold of it when he went and told the council that he's a Sith Lord, basically. So because they changed the scene, they'd already filmed the like fighting scene with Mace and Palpatine, and then it was like, we can't change it now. It's like too late. So, but yeah, it's a little tiny note. There's also a little bit where the grip changes. So when Palpatine like summons it, he's like sort of got it. His hand is like right at the end of it. But then the next shot, he's like sort of got it like a normal lightsaber sort of hold. So there was that. And then the third Anakin lightsaber. This was quite funny. Now, this is the one that no one else seems to have picked up, and it's really weird. When Kenobi confronts General Grievous on Utapau, right? Grievous is like,
Got his
four
legs.
arms come out, and he's got 4 different lightsabers. In 2 of the 4 lightsabers that he's got, he has Obi-Wan's lightsaber and Anakin's lightsaber, like hilt. So weird.
Yeah.
Like I
I think
said to you,
Obi-Wan's is like green as well.
yeah, it was like I said to you, it was
Yeah.
like, why didn't he just? I'm sure they've got so many lightsabers on set. Just get 2 random lightsabers.
I think it's just CGI, isn't it? They just got
Yeah.
whatever CGI lightsaber they had on their system.
But it's like you've got like 2 of the most iconic lightsabers,
Yeah.
and you've just used it, like, for that. And I was just like, hang on a minute. And another funny thing as well is I was watching one of these videos on all the mistakes, and it actually featured that clip as a talking point for General Grievous, but it didn't actually mention the fact that he's holding Anakin and
Mm-hmm.
Kenobi's lightsaber as the mistake. So I thought that was quite funny. There's
We also found out that this is not a mistake, but General Grievous's cough was George Lucas.
Because he came in and he was
He had
ill.
bronchitis, so he did all the General Grievous coughs.
That is quite funny though. Could you imagine
That's good.
Could you imagine being the person telling George, oh, by the way, General Grievous's cough is you?
Yeah.
I'd be like, wait, you recorded me? And I was like,
No,
ill?
I think he purposely recorded, because I think like he wanted General Grievous to have some kind of cough, and then he was like, oh, just record me.
just record me
No.
coughing.
Yeah.
And then there's only really one more mistake, and that is the missing neck piece and lower part of Vader's mask
Mm-hmm.
when it's being like assembled.
Yeah.
So he's on the table, and you can like see all of his head,
When it's
and the mask sort of turns and then comes down, and then when the next shot is of it like coming down onto his
then
face,
he's got
it on. It's like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
Where did it come from?
Another little side note that some people have mentioned: Anakin's eyelashes were
yes.
still visible, even though he was completely burnt to a crisp. Which I know you were like, you can't really get rid of that, but it is still a bit like you can clearly see like his eyelashes.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, special effects makeup can only go so far. You can't just cut off someone's eyelashes.
Put a bit of tape on it. So that's it for Revenge of the Sith for the prequels. There was a couple, but not too bad that it was like the end of the world.
Yeah.
A New Hope. There's tons. I love this film, and
It's the original.
it's my opinion of the film isn't going to change because of these mistakes. But when you look back, there is so many mistakes in this film. It's quite funny. So we've got one that I always point out, or I'm always like looking at. R5 follows Luke, and then his motivator blows, and then
It's like, this droid got a bad motivator.
Yeah.
What about that one?
and then when you see R2 again,
it's a shot.
R5 is next to him again,
Yeah.
being worked on by the Jawas. Like it's literally the
And
same
then the
shot.
next shot, he's back with Luke.
How did you do that? Again, this isn't so much a mistake, but it's like how it is a mistake, but it's not. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Luke and Han get their normal clothes back after the trash compactor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the background, you can see an empty Stormtrooper outfit that
Mhm.
they've taken off. So, I guess they've just worn it underneath the Stormtrooper outfit. I guess. Like I said, it's not really a mistake, but it's just like
Yeah,
Okay.
because like you don't see them carrying around their clothes, like.
they must have worn it underneath the.
Mm.
But then what about like their boots or
Yeah,
their guns or the belts? Because they probably wouldn't have worn that under
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
it just not really makes it.
No, but yeah, there's that one. The ammo belt on Chewie disappears when he's in the Millennium Falcon cockpit in like a scene, which is
Mhm.
quite interesting.
Mhm.
The objects on Ben's little table with the hologram moves.
How
So
can Obi-Wan Kenobi?
when it first comes on, there's like a teapot and 2 little cups.
Mm-hmm.
When you see it in the next shot, it's just 2 cups.
Okay.
And they're like they've moved, they're like together. So
Yeah.
got that. Luke's stormtrooper shoulder pad disappears then reappears in the like sort of little corridor where they're fighting off the incoming Imperials.
Mhm.
So I want to know what happened to the shoulder pad in that one shot. You right there? You right there? You're looking a little bit bored. Am I boring you?
No. Someone got to put a shoulder.
Forgot to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
C-3PO's dents switch sides in the sort of final battle of the Death Star when he's on Yavin in the sort of center.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one shot and it's like this side, and then the next side is on that one.
I think again it's just when they rotate the shot, just like
Yeah.
the rangefinders and stuff.
Yeah. The coat in the there's a coat that goes missing in the background of Ben's hut. So it's just there, and then next shot is gone. Again, a lot of these are so weird. It's like, why is there, there in the background for 1 minute and then not, why have you had to move it?
Mm-hmm.
That's my question. Like, it didn't need to be moved.
No.
Do you want to read some out? Most famous one.
The most famous one that everyone knows, when the stormtrooper bangs his head on the door. So the door obviously slides up, but then there's still like a portion of the door, and then the stormtrooper bangs his head on it. And again, I feel like they've made the noise.
Oh, they've
like
deliberately done it.
But you see, it's sort of like, oh. I
Like,
suppose like those helmets probably quite hard to see out of.
maybe he was just a tall stormtrooper. Like Leia says, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Very true.
Maybe he's the example. They're all tall.
Mm-hmm. Stormtrooper disappears in the "you don't need to see his identification" scene.
So yeah, so when you see the speeder and you got all the stormtroopers around him, you have the one that's like, let me see your identification. And then Ben does the whole, you don't need to see his identification. And then when you see the speeder again, he's completely vanished.
He's gone.
He's just disappeared.
Oh dear.
Very strange.
Very strange. Oh, the blue screen left on the back of the escape pod door. Is that the one in the desert?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a little escape pod that obviously R2-D2 and C-3PO are in at the start of the movie. And then it's like in the desert, and then you can see like the big blue circle on it.
On the Disney Plus versions, though, they have, in fairness, edited it.
Ah, okay.
And it does look a lot better. Like they've basically just painted it black.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't stand out as much. But it's like if you watch the, the like DVD or Blu-ray, the like DVD Blu-ray version, you'll notice it because there's just a massive blue circle in the background. It's very noticeable.
Yep.
Lightsaber wire scene during the fight scene with Vader. So
On Obi-Wan Kenobi.
when Kenobi's got the lightsaber, you can see a wire going up his robe. So he's got it, and he's got like a little wire that just goes up there. It's like, oh dear.
I'm guessing they didn't have battery operated.
No, they didn't, I'm afraid. In that scene as well, Vader's chest panel and belt switches around. So 1 minute's like,
I think due to
switches that side.
camera
and then-
flipping again.
Yep.
I don't know why they do that. They're probably like, nah, get him to come from this side instead of that side. But then it just messes everything up.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, guys. That's basically it for A New Hope. Now, there was a lot more. Like, there was one where there's like Luke's ghostly shadow is seen in a picture where Ben's like, or when Uncle Owen's like, Luke, Luke. there's like a still image, and it's like a ghostly Luke just in the sort of side of it, like Mark Hamill was coming out of one of the doorways. It's like,
He's just kind of
wait a
waiting.
minute, what?
Yeah.
And there was also like 3 blasters become 4 blasters and stuff like that. Like there's a lot. Oh, there's also the famous one with the Captain Antilles, when Vader crushes his neck and kills him, and then throws him against the pole, but he puts his hands up to protect his head. So he's like,
Yeah.
so not
Yeah.
bad, not
And
bad.
there's also the one with Peter Cushing, and the back of his chair changes
Yeah, like
during the scene.
this is what I don't get. It's like 1 minute, it's like massive over his head, and then it's a close-up shot, and then it's like the right height, because he's even like leant back, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So we've got some for Empire.
Mm-hmm.
You can see an actor in the Wampa suit, like in its arm when it attacks Luke.
The start of his arm.
So when he's like,
when he's going,
oh, you can see,
yeah.
you can see his arm.
See his arm.
So they need to work on that a little bit. This is one you pointed out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read that one?
Yeah. So this one they actually have changed on Disney Plus in the re-release version. But the scene, the iconic scene, the "I love you, I know," before Han Solo gets turned into carbonite. So he has this like white shirt on, but then there was the scene like just as he was gonna go down, where for some reason he had his like jacket on, like the black jacket. But then, you know, in the next scene, he's got his shirt on again. But in the remastered version, they've like altered the color to be white, so it kind of blends in with his shirt. So now you don't really notice it. But
I can't notice when I watched it. Like you don't notice it at all.
no. But yeah, I'm guessing on like the older versions, yeah, you'll see he's wearing his like little black jacket. Yeah.
I think it's a navy jacket.
Is it navy?
I think it's navy.
Don't know.
So this is quite a funny one. So in the scene where Luke uses the little like grapple thing on the AT-AT and like chucks the grenade and then jumps down, and you see like, and then it falls over sideways. If you look carefully on the back leg, a little stick comes up out of the ground and basically pokes the bottom of the leg to basically push it over.
Oh, okay.
It's quite funny when you watch it and you just watch the little stick come up. It's like literally like someone underneath the thing being like, it's quite funny actually. Yeah, definitely check that one out. That's quite a funny one. Luke's legs move closer together in the Wampa cave. So in the shot where you can see him clearly like hanging upside down, his sort of legs are like quite far apart. But then when he looks up and like reaches for his legs, his feet are together. So unless he's doing some weirdness with his legs. One that I haven't mentioned on my little list here, but saw a lot of people talking about, was the Dagobah scenes. So there's a bit where Yoda is on the ground and he does the Force to get Luke's X-Wing out, and then the next shot he's like on some rocks, like up a tree a bit, like he's on the higher ground, like he's above Luke. He's like, wait a minute. And the bit when Luke says like, something wrong with this place, or there's something familiar about it, it's like he didn't actually say that. It's just you see his lips don't move. But they've sort of darkened it so it looks like they're moving, but they didn't. Chewie, you can see Chewie wearing tennis shoes when he's running on Bespin. That's quite funny when you see it, because you can clearly see the bottom of the shoes. It's like, oh dear. Chewie's having a bad shoe day.
Shoe day.
Yeah.
Although, like, I don't know, maybe they could have made some like feet for him, like little toes, but I don't think it's very noticeable.
It's not, unless you're like looking for it, but still, it is quite funny in the fact that it's like Chewie's got shoes.
Yeah.
The pipes change color after Vader slices them. So when Luke hits Vader on like the shoulder bit, and
Oh
he's like,
yeah.
"Ooh!" Like that's when he got mad. He swings and takes off these poles,
Hmm.
and they've got like a metal shine
Mhm.
around them.
And then the
The next shot,
scene,
they're black burnt.
yeah.
So it's like, again,
Yeah.
just a little detail change. Now this one's quite funny as well. It's like, how do you get this one wrong? So in the bit where R2 leaves C-3PO on the Millennium Falcon to fix the hyperdrive,
Hmm.
C-3PO is holding his leg in his hand, like from like the top of the leg.
Hmm.
When the camera then switches like from the other way, like he's got the foot and he's holding it upside down. Like he's holding his foot by the ankle.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered that because I was always looking at that, like, why would you be holding your foot from like the ankle bit? So he's gone from holding it the right way
To holding it by the ankle.
Yeah, it's a bit like
Also in that scene, there's another bit, because like basically how Anthony Daniels had to do it, he like had his leg like behind, if that makes sense. But there's a scene where you can see like his leg. He's got like a green bit on it, and it's behind his leg. I don't know if they've changed it on the Disney Plus version, but
might have to check that out.
there was a bit where you could see like he was trying to hide his leg behind.
I'll have to check that one out. I don't even notice that one myself. Yeah, that's it for that one. Return of the Jedi. Now, this is probably, apart from the Stormtrooper hitting his head, this is probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
Luke's air kick against Jabba's goon on the sort of
On the
skiff.
sail barge.
He's on the edge of it, and you just see him kick out, and you just see the guy like, oh, I've been kicked in the face. But when you watch it, he's miles away. It's not even close. It's not like, oh, it looks like.
I feel like these things you'd only ever notice if you like slowed it down.
No, but I feel like it's really obvious though in this one. It's like you don't even need to slow it down. You just see how far his foot is.
Yeah.
Like his foot is like from here.
I mean, maybe he was using like a force push, but with his leg.
Force kick.
Yeah.
Well, there's an ability. Force kick.
This is how we get around the mistake.
Lando's rank changing sides on his top. 1 minute's on the left, next is on the right, it's back on the left. Like, again, just stop flipping the camera, please. Boba Fett's rangefinder changes sides,
just like his dad.
Yeah, maybe they added Django's in because of this scene as a like little homage.
Yeah.
Or it could have just been a mistake.
I think it was because he was holding his gun and he was pointing it one way, but then maybe they wanted him to point it the other way because that was kind of where the people were supposed to be. I don't know. But you can clearly see that his cape is on the wrong side, his rangefinder's on the wrong side, and like his shoulder piece, the little like Jasper rail symbol, it's all on the wrong side.
It's all gone wrong.
It's all gone wrong. So Boba Fett's definitely not one that you want to flip the camera for because he's not very symmetrical. And his dent as well.
Yes.
His dent would be on the wrong side.
The gloves disappear on an Imperial. So when Lord Shuttle's ship appears to the Death Star, there's a load of them and they're working, they've got gloves on. And then when it shows the sort of screen with like the scan of the shuttle, he doesn't have gloves anymore. Like, oh, okay. Lando's gloves appear and disappear as well on the skiff battle. You're getting the gist of what's going on here. People are forgetting to put their gloves on. This one's quite well known as well. You can see the actor underneath the Ewok. There's a bit where
It's
like
like-
they're bowing and you can clearly see like
Yeah.
the actor's eyes, like, oh dear. Because I remember actually when I first saw it, that like scared me because I was
Mhm.
like, oh god, what's wrong with this?
Yeah,
Ewok?
they don't look so cute.
Yeah, that's basically Return of the Jedi. Again, as you're picking up, a lot of these ones are things just moving. They're not like major mistakes. Also, there's a bit where Luke moves away from a pole. So when he's like, "I know, Father," when he meets Vader on Endor, he like rests on the sort of balcony ledge bit, like against like a pole, like a post.
Mhm.
And then when the camera turns around with Vader, you can clearly see that he's miles away.
Mhm.
So that's quite again a funny one. Force Awakens. There's Rey's snack becomes something different.
Mhm.
We get like from a distance, it looks like some sort of like piece of bread, like a bit of green top on it.
Mhm.
And then up close, it's like almost like an apple with some sort of weird look of fruit coming out of it. Kylo's ash pot appears and disappears.
Oh dear.
So the bit where he like takes his helmet off and he puts it in on the the ashes, it's like
Mm.
the next shot is like it's just gone. It's like, where's he put his helmet then?
Oh dear.
Uh,
I heard that was supposed to be that ash pot was supposed to be for the scene with Vader's helmet, but instead they did it for Kylo's helmet because they made Vader's helmet seem a bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to be like the ashes of like the enemies or something.
Yeah, it's all of his different combatants and victims.
Mhm.
That's basically what we got for that one. I mean, I didn't really get a good look for ones for for Force Awakens. There was a couple for Last Jedi.
Mhm.
Poe's helmet mic moves from like wide open to like close.
Mhm.
Rey's blaster changes sides again.
Again, it may be just a flip of the camera.
The weather changes when Luke and Rey meet.
Mhm.
So when you first see them see them at the start of the film, it's like quite grey, cloudy, and then when it's like on her, it's like bright sunshine.
Yeah.
It was a bit like okay. She takes 3 steps back from him when she gives him the lightsaber, but when you then see it, she's like taken 10. It's like bloody, she's got good steps. Like this is a weird one. Finn's bag ends up in the escape pod when he couldn't have put it there. So he puts the bag down in front of the escape pod,
Mhm.
and then he gets found by Rose, and then he's given it the whole like, oh, I'm just doing my part and all that. But then it's like she looks, and the bag is now on a chair in the escape pod. Because he's been chatting to Rose, so he couldn't have. There's no time for him to put it there. Bit of a weird one.
I'm not sure.
This is a very strange one after watching the clip.
Mhm.
So there's a blade in one of the like what they called paladin guards.
Mhm.
When there's Rey and Kylo battling it out with them, and the one that like Rey basically kills at the like end, he's got 2 blades in his hand, and this isn't one take, by the way. It's like not 2 separate shots. He's there and he's got it in his left hand, and then when his hand comes up, it's gone.
Mhm.
And you don't see it drop on the floor. It's not on the floor when you see him sort of fall and get vanquished. Where the hell did it go?
Don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? He forgot to bring it on set that day.
But it's one take.
Oh,
So where does it go? Because it's in the same shot. You see his hand, and then you see his hand up here, and it's gone. But you don't see it on the floor. You don't see it drop.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm
That's
not
a
sure.
mystery to me.
Oh dear.
And the only one that I was able to find for Rise of Skywalker, there's probably more in these ones as well. Rey's outfit becomes clean after she gets muddy.
Mhm.
So she basically falls on her front, like in the mud, and you can clearly see that it's got like.
And in the Rise of
dirt on it.
Skywalker, she's got like very light outfit.
And then she stands up again and it's all clean. It's like, oh, wow. New Force ability unlocked.
Clean your outfit for.
But yeah, that is
Aw.
the mistakes in films. Star Wars films.
Mhm.
Again, we didn't do like Rogue One or Solo, but maybe we'll do a part 2 of this and see if we can find some more for you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about the TV shows as well, mistakes in the Star Wars TV shows. I'm sure there's going to be some of those.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of the Ahsoka that we haven't picked up on, which would be quite funny.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So we do meme of the week.
Yeah.
Now I haven't shown you this one because I thought it was quite funny, and it's something that you quite like. So I thought I'm going to wait. I'm going to show you this one. So this is my meme of the week.
Dua Lipa looking like she's about to tell Kenobi 10th level, thousands of battle droids. I like that one.
It's very accurate.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't know what she was thinking with this like outfit. But
I think it must have been like some fashion magazine or something. But they've made her look like
100% she is
the guy
about
on
to tell.
Utapau.
She is about to tell Kenobi
10th level, thousands of battle droids.
Yeah, that is quite funny. Whoever come up with this meme, fair play to you, because that is a good one. That is
Very accurate.
Do you like that one?
I like this one.
You see why I didn't tell you in that one?
Yeah.
Do you want to do Troopers of the Week?
I haven't actually got
You
a
haven't
trooper.
got a Trooper of the Week. Right, let me have a quick little look, see if I can find one.
We always like to shout out someone.
Yes, this is a big feature.
Yeah.
I think there was one that you sent me.
Mhm.
There's Backyard Resin.
Oh, yes. Yes, this was very cool. So if you guys haven't seen on TikTok, there's someone called Backyard Resin, and they make these Star Wars tables. So they get like bits of wood, and then they fill in the gaps with resin and little Star Wars ships, and it looks like they're sort of going through the little alleys. But they've done one which I've sent to Will, and they've sort of airbrushed like a galaxy onto the resin parts, and I just really liked that. And
It's
I feel
very
like
good. I've seen a lot of their work before, and it's like,
if I had a table, I'd definitely
I'd want one of those.
yeah.
But I feel like what I would want would probably really like annoy them, because I don't think it'd be possible. It'd be like, yeah, I want a couple of like Venators. So you got to get the little models of the Venators. It's like no one makes those ever.
Yeah.
Like this, for example, I'll just show you guys. It's one of my favorite little collective bits that I've got. So this is one of the Titanium series little die-cast Venator ships. This is the one at the end of Revenge of the Sith with the like all grey paint job. But to get these are like impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Like on eBay and on the internet, I can't find another grey one of these, like ever. And if you want the one with the Republic colours,
Like this one with the red.
yeah, with the red, and well, it's like it doesn't have the red bridge, but it's got the red strip. New from America, $320 for like one of those tiny little ships.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get one. Maybe I'll get like an old one to go with it, like a used one. But no, I really do want one for my collection, but they're just so hard to find.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got a Lego then.
We have a Lego
At
one, and
least.
it is massive, and I
Very
love it.
cool. Yeah, it's been very fun to do.
Yeah, but that's going to be it for today, guys. We hope you've enjoyed listening to the mistakes in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Again, we'll probably do a part 2 at some point. But yeah, we will see you next week, hopefully. We're going to probably be in a different location, but
Yeah, we definitely will.
We definitely will be, but hopefully we can do the episode, and
Yeah.
we will see you then.
Yeah.
So from me, may the force be with you guys.
May the force be with you.